Powerhouse, presented by Alliant Energy.
Alliant Energy, we're on for you.
Appliances account for about 20% of your household's energy use, with dryers and refrigerators at the top of the list. If it's been a while since you've been shopping for a new refrigerator, you might be spending too much on energy. In the last 10 to 15 years, there have been dramatic energy efficiency improvements in refrigerators, especially inside refrigerators. So, what's new in refrigerator technology, and what should you consider when you're looking to buy a new refrigerator? We're here at the Maytag facility in Newton, Iowa to find out, and helping us out today is Mary Kay Bolger, Director of Products for Maytag. And Mary Kay, thanks for joining us. Let's talk about refrigerators and how does Maytag build refrigerators to be more energy efficient?
We do a lot of things, Pete. One thing we do is we have foam-in-place construction, both in our doors and in our cabinets. So what that means is we form the cabinets in the factory, put them through a cabinet foaming line. The more insulation you can get in there, the better insulated it's going to be.
We like better insulation.
Better insulation. We also have developed a system of what we call foam-in-place channel gaskets, and the gasket fits very securely in there. The better gasket you have, the better seal you have. And the better seal you have, the less air leakage you have out from the inside to the outside or entering from the outside to the inside.
Now, and you have a couple different models here, but how about energy efficiency in terms of different models, the side-by-side, freezer on the top or freezer on the bottom? How does that impact in terms of energy efficiency?
Top freezers are, generally speaking, the most energy efficient, and a lot of that has to do with airflow. The cold air is developed in the freezer and it flows into the fresh food. So in a top freezer, it flows from top to bottom. Bottom freezers are the second most energy efficient. We make the cold air in the freezer and force it up to the bottom freezer fresh food area. Side-by-sides are also energy efficient. In terms of Energy Star, we have many Energy Star side-by-side models, but a side-by-side typically takes more energy to run than either of the other two configurations.
Now let's talk about the features. And on a side-by-side, of course, we all have gotten familiar with the ice and the water on the outside. Right. What about that in terms of energy efficiency?
Delivering ice and water through the door does take more energy than not doing so. But what we have done at Maytag is developed some systems that help the consumer manage the amount of energy that their side-by-side uses. Things like a door alarm. So if someone is in the refrigerator and does not get the door shut all the way, which leaks would leak air and cause more energy consumption, after 4 minutes you will hear an alarm.
That's a great thing. If you might have a little kid that might leave a door open like that.
Exactly. We also have what we call vacation mode. And when an individual goes on vacation, they can invoke that particular mode, and what that does is move the defrost cycles as far out as possible to maintain food quality, but to defrost less often. So when you defrost less often, you save energy. And you don't need to defrost as often when you're on vacation because no one is in and out of the refrigerator.
Some great features. Now, I know you shouldn't stand, Mary Kay, and leave the door open like this.
This is not a good idea, yeah.
But we want to show what we're looking at here. What are some other issues in terms of, for our Powerhouse viewers to keep in mind in terms of day-to-day maintenance of the refrigerator?
Well, one thing you want to make sure is that you set your refrigerator to the most ideal setting and the most energy conscious setting. We recommend 0 degrees in the freezer and 38 in the fresh food. You also want to make sure your coils are clean. So in our use and care manual, we encourage people to use their vacuum and clean their coils regularly.
Mary Kay, how about styles? What's the hot style right now in terms of refrigerators?
We're seeing a lot of growth in the bottom freezer category. A lot of that has to do with the new French door, which is a 3-door, combines a side-by-side look with a bottom freezer look. We're also seeing growth in side-by-side product. In terms of finishes, we've seen phenomenal growth in stainless steel. Stainless continues to be growing every year. Suites are being developed so that there's matching product across product categories. We're also seeing a lot of growth in black products. And white, of course, is the mainstay.
Mary Kay, our viewers, when they go out to actually purchase the refrigerator, I know energy efficiency in the showroom, look for the Energy Guide label. What should they look for in that Energy Guide?
Well, what they should pay attention to is the range that is on the yellow Energy Guide label. It will show them the least energy used for this particular size and configuration of unit. Every unit has its own Energy Guide. and they're built around the configuration, whether it be a side-by-side top freezer or bottom freezer, and the size. So that means the ranges will differ depending on what kind of unit they're looking at, from the least energy used for that particular size to the most energy used. So they're going to want to look for the most energy efficient, and they're going to want to pay attention to whether or not it is an ENERGY STAR product.
Of course, Energy Star, a symbol of energy efficiency.
Exactly.
Which means, you know, saving energy and also saving them money, right?
That's exactly right.
All right, Mary Kay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Don't you go away. When we come back, Megan will show us the latest trends in kitchen design.